All right, kids, we's out here in these streets, and we knows what's going on. Oh, we knows what's up with what's going down. So I just want to, this has got nothing to do with these streets. These streets are quite abandoned, actually. This was an old street that no longer is occupied or used for anything. Just some bums living back here. And hopefully I won't be one of them one of these days, because you just don't know with the way things are going, kid. But here I got a list. A list. You could pause that and check out my list if you like, but I could save you the trouble because I'm about to read off my list. My list is about, well, I'm a Christian now, but I still believe in horoscopes. I just don't follow them anymore because it's divination. It's occultism. But that doesn't mean there's not some truth to it. It's a way to reveal truth, but it's a forbidden way to reveal truth that a lot of people, even Christians, take very lightly these days and shouldn't. It's just like conjuring up a devil. It's something you shouldn't be tapping into. You should pray to and trust in your Lord and Savior for the answers. Meditation. Through meditation, that's all, and Jesus will provide the rest. But see, I just had this, want people to understand why I may have had a more difficult struggle in life, a more unique struggle in life. I won't say more difficult, definitely more unique, but definitely a unique, difficult struggle because of, there's a lot to do with the horoscopes, and I do happen to know a few things from back when I dabbled in it, that, when you're born affects who you are and how you are. And I was born, in early November, the end of the first week of November, and that makes me a Scorpio, and, there's truths to when they read the signs, they know what they're talking about. Certain characteristics you adopt just by being born into a certain time period. And like with Scorpios, we're known as ferocious, creative lovers, and I certainly fit that bill, in my lifetime. Not so much anymore with my balding head and my wrinkling face and that gut that's starting to always fight in the form, that beer gut. But man, did I have my fun. But not that I'm very proud of it these days, no. But also, we're, as musicians, Scorpio takes on an instrument. We tend to take on drums because, look it up, Scorpios tend to become percussionists. And guess what? That's what I am. I was just drumming for my church this morning. And for my band, the Perth Amboys, who, kind of new band. But psych rock, psychedelic garage rock. Check us out. The Perth Amboys. We don't really have much online except my Razor Wrecker YouTube page and TikTok page. But anyway, here we go. This is some of the things when I was born, what was happening in the world, for instance, between November and February. What happened when I was born? Jets were made a thing the year I was born. So jets weren't an official thing. They were just being invented, the fast-moving planes. Before I was born, and when I hit the earth, so did fast-moving planes, and my life has been fast-moving ever since. I lived up and down the East Coast several times in every state, tattooed each one, and parts of Western Europe, in my 30-year tattoo career. And what do you think? I was just running around tattooing, being a good boy? No, I was living it up like a rock star. And, I was flipping my own bill. The only difference between me and rock stars, and I'm fairly unknown today. The other difference between me and rock stars, but tattoos and rock stars go hand in hand in the sense that we live pretty wild lifestyles. So, like a jet, I was born into this world, The Beatles died right around when I was born. The Beatles hung it up as a band the year I was born, near the month I was born, if not the very month I was born, either November or February. So that was the end of an era, which was fine by me because I never did like the Beatles. You know, they annoyed me. Everything from them annoys me. It's just their sound. I swear to be that talented and have that many hits, you certainly signed up with the devil to be that successful. And there's just something annoying about their sound. It's just overrated, and you know, you gotta like the Beatles. And it's like, no, I don't. I would if I really had to, but I don't. I don't like anything so, you know, set for the mainstream, so socially acceptable. I become suspicious of. So the Beatles died. I was born. The Stooges' debut album came out. The Stooges, Iggy Pop and the Stooges. That was the year I was born. Black Sabbath's first album was the year I was born. The debut Black Sabbath album. Boy, that tells you something about the way I live my dark, gothic, heavy metal, hippie, weirdo lifestyle. Alice Cooper, my all-time favorite, his first album came out 1 year before I was born. His second album came out the year I was born, but he still wasn't recognized until his third album. Was Love It to Death from 1971. But yeah, all that darkness, like all that hippie, happy music came out before I was born. And all of a sudden, 1970 comes along, you know, Charles Manson, serial killing becomes, you know, goes off the chart. All you hear about is nothing but serial killers to this day. Now it's, you know, high school shootings, and, you know, for the last 20-something years. And so that's just progressively gotten darker. And Jimi Hendrix passed as I came in. You know, he died. You know, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, all around the same time. But Jimi Hendrix very close to when I was born. That's about it. So, you know, 1970. You know, the end of 1970, November. That was, you know, it was the end of the Innocence and the beginning of darkness that has just slowly enveloped us ever since. And I think we're at the precipice of it now. We're at the pinnacle of darkness here in what I think is the early season of the end times. You know, thank God I got right with God. Thank God It took a bullet in my head to shake me up enough to lodge my brain enough to say, nope, this ain't it. There is a Satan. There is a Jesus. I've experienced them. I've experienced demons. I've experienced angels. I've meditated and left my body purposely through outer body meditation in the 90s. I left my body by force through a suicide attempt. So I know what's on the other side, people. I'm not the only one. There's other people that know far better than me what's on the other side. But to think you're an atheist, you can't be an atheist. You have a soul. You can only imagine you're an atheist. And you can explain away all your little, paranormal experiences as deja vu, or, oh, what a coincidence. Oh, that was weird. That must have been, an electrical malfunction. No, it was ghosts. It was demons and angels and whatnot. And you're going to find out one way or the other. Don't get me wrong. I do believe people, there's three different kinds of people in this world. The majority are people with souls that are either going to waste their soul and use this life incorrectly to send them into a very negative afterlife, some know as hell. And others are going to use their soul to do the right thing while they're here and shape their afterlife according to how they live their life, which is what we're supposed to be doing here. And then there's people with absolutely no soul. They're just like NPCs. This is a newer theory of mine. I honestly believe there are soulless people around. Sometimes sometimes the soul abandons the body and just leaves the body running on automatic. And it could do that, you know. There's a lot of complexities to the issue, which I don't want to get all into here. But there are soulless people. They're just space fillers, NPCs. And then there are fake people. Not fake as in they're just not being genuine or real towards you, but literally fake people. Things that are not people in people suits. And these could be lizard people. These could be, you know, any kind of foreign to this planet or foreign to our species that are here manipulating our species in many ways. And they're walking among us too in human suits. So figure out what you are. Figure out what you want to do with what you are, because there's consequences to every life. This is not life. This is death. You die here. How is this life? The afterlife is life. It's eternal. It's more powerful. Your senses are heightened on the other side. You're more alive. You don't want to be more alive than this in hell. All your senses heightened in an already extremely horrible place would be too horrible for your body to survive. But your soul lives on. It just dies off much slower in a place like hell. Too slow. You know, that's why God calls it the second death. But anyway, I'm babbling, rabbling, gabbling. I'll let you go. Ain't a darn one of you appreciate none of this anyway. No, maybe some of you do, I hope. But, so that's it, you know. We do plan our lives before we get here. And I believe my soul planned to come into this lifetime, at that time, with that family, in those surroundings, for a reason. And, but when you get here, affects who you are. And that's what this story was about. Yeah. All right, thanks. God bless you. I love you. You know. Be real. Get your soul back if you lost it. God bless. Bye.